dangerous. We have companies that get $1 trillion contract. Halliburton got $1 trillion contract, no bid contract, and what's the first thing they do with the first million? They hire $1 million lobbyist, come to Washington, can I have some more please? The whole thing is about, they abuse the system. It's got to stop, it's got to end, we're out of money. We need term limits, we need to reform the length of the bills, we need to talk about reforming special interest, and then the final thing we need to do is we need to have rules on balancing the budget. At least here in Kentucky, you hear Republicans and Democrats bicker back and forth, but at the end of the day, they have to balance the budget by statute, by law. It has to be balanced. We need that in the U.S. government. If the federal government had that one thing going on, your future would be so much brighter because you wouldn't be accumulating all this debt that you're going to have to pay for somehow. Make them balance the budget. Seems so simple. We've been talking about it for 30 or 40 years, Republican and Democrat. And it's not me just, I am a Republican, but it's not me just railing against the Democrats. Republicans were in charge for 8 years and the debt doubled from $5 to $10 trillion. The Department of Education doubled under Republicans. We as Republicans have always argued we want local control. We want more local control and not federal control. The Republicans doubled the size of the Department of Energy and increased federal control over education. So it's a lack of consistency, it's a lack of fulfilling promises, Republican and Democrat. It's your generation that's going to pay the bills. What I suggest is come away from this with free pizza, some good food, and hopefully not too long a speech, but come away from this that do something. Register to vote. You have to register by, if you want to register as a Republican, you got to register by the end of the year, or Democrat, if you want to vote in our primary. Our primary will be May 18th of next year. Your vote can be a disproportionate amount. If everybody in this room voted and got 10 other people, you'll win this county. Probably 500 people will vote in the Republican primary, maybe 1,000 in the Democrat primary in your county. It's very small, maybe a little bigger than that, but it's very small. If you don't go out and vote, you don't have a right to complain. If you go out and vote, you have what is equal to 10 or 20 people because most people don't go out and vote. Get active in a campaign, do something. But in the end, you will pay the bills whether you participate or not. Your job prospects depend on smaller government, not bigger government. We will not have stimulus money to have you all digging ditches. It's already, there is no money. And even the jobs that they say are coming from the stimulus, I saw an estimate in California the other day that it was $500,000 of stimulus money per job. Ridiculous. Not efficient. The marketplace can spend money, but government never can. When you think government can solve your problems, think of FEMA trying to give those water bottles to those people at the Superdome. They couldn't even hand out water bottles. Do you think they can administer health care for the whole country? Think about how government is inefficient and wasteful. After Katrina, do you know that people were in prison in Baton Rouge? They'd been in prison the whole time. They applied for dislocation money from Katrina, and they got money sent to them in jail. That's the story of government. It's inefficiency, it's unwieldy. Once it gets beyond the local level, forget about it. Most of the money is wasted or stolen. You need to keep things local. I hope you will think about participating. I thank you very much for coming out tonight, and I'll be happy to take questions. Thank you.